Hi Virgo, long time no see. I know it's been a minute. I am so sorry. I have been doing collective readings um, and Cancer readings really because that's kind of all I've had the bandwidth for, if I'm being honest. I was putting a lot of energy into a lot of other things, but I really want to focus on my craft, being tarot and a messenger, healing conduit, whatever you want to call it, offering guidance in whatever way possible. I am also now doing one-on-one readings, Reiki energy sessions. If you want to kind of shift your energy, if you want to clear anything out that feels like it's been stuck for a while, if you just want to work with me one-on-one, all that information is in the description box below. I always neglect to say that, but I feel like I need to start saying it. Otherwise, I don't know if this channel is going to grow and expand because I need your guys' help. I can't do it without you. I can't do it without engagement. So if this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, throw a comment down there. Just even if it's just a little heart emoji, just let me know that it's helped in some way, whatever way. All right, before we jump in with our cards, we're going to be using our singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that needs to be cleared, to connect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective directly to spirit. If you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more the merrier. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into it. Singing bowl time. Sound bowl, whatever you want to call it. Spirit, speak to me and through me. To the Virgo collective, we're still in Virgo season. Happy birthday to those of you who have already celebrated. Happy birthday to those of you who have birthdays today. This coming week, we are quickly approaching Libra season. So let's soak up the last few moments of this. Okay. We got 3 cards out already. What the hell was that? I almost said ace. That is not the ace. That's the Page of Swords. And then we have, the Fountain. The 4 of Wands. Queen of Wands is on the bottom of the deck reversed. Did I say Wands? I meant Swords. What the hell is happening? I don't know. But we have the Page of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and the Fountain. This is a really beautiful energy. There was Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So we have quite a bit of like logical thinking, thought forward energy. You could be in your thoughts, in your mind space a lot. I think Virgos tend to be overthinkers by nature. You tend to replay scenarios in your mind a million times until there's nothing left to think about, right? This could be feeling inexperienced, feeling like you're lacking knowledge, you're lacking clarity, like you're just starting on a path to like speaking your mind, speaking up for yourself, sharing like your actual thoughts and not hiding them, like speaking your mind, telling people what's on your mind versus staying quiet, having an opinion versus like, meh, I'm just gonna keep quiet because I'd rather stay out of the conversation, stay out of the fray. But it feels like maybe you're just starting to open up to the idea that your thoughts, your opinions carry weight and value and might be really helpful. Maybe you're just starting on like a public speaking journey. You could be like going back to school for communications, something with like talking, thoughts, thinking, all of those things. You could be starting a new journey surrounding any and all of those things. Telecommunications, I'm also getting. It's interesting. The Fountain card here with the 4 of Wands, that's like really, really fulfilling. This is celebratory energy. You could be eloping, you could be attending a beach destination wedding of some sort, you could just be going to like a bonfire, some sort of celebration. It, how do I explain this? A celebration of stability essentially is what this is. The four wands are like a really solid foundation, really strong pillars upon which the house will be built, right? It's a really strong, solid start. But it's the celebration that surrounds it. That's why I typically read it as like eloping, um, destination weddings, again, like celebrations. You could be going to some sort of party on a beach specifically. Um, hmm. But for a lot of you, it's going to be, oh, I don't, eloping is the only, that's like really prominent. Um, it doesn't have to necessarily be a shotgun wedding, but it could be. With the fountain here, though, it's a really positive, whatever it is. And we know that just by nature, the Four of Wands is a really positive energy because it is so solid and unshakable. It's like the foundation that you build after, if you have a tower moment, if you have something that has a shitty, shaky foundation from the start and it collapses, this is the foundation that you build now because you have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the experience to build now with more stability. Maybe that's why you're in this Page of Swords energy, because you're feeling very novice, you're feeling very beginner, because you're essentially starting over in something. But the reason you're starting over, or maybe you haven't ever started, maybe it's a first for you, something that you're doing, it's a first, you've never had this level of responsibility at a job, you've never been this high on the corporate ladder, something like that, so you feel like the inexperienced one, like the noob, right? But the reason you feel that way and the reason why you're in this position is because you're going to do it better this time. Whatever you're starting, whatever you're putting your attention into now, whatever you're building now is going to be really solid, even if it feels like it's delayed. If you feel like you're behind, like you feel like age-wise you should be a king, but you're just a page, don't confine yourself to timelines like that. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to be something by a certain time, by a certain age, by a certain station in life, or, oh, I'm 46, I'm about to be 50, I should be close to retirement, not starting a new career. It, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The outcome here, not the outcome, but the process here is a really strong, solid foundation. And this fountain energy is essentially like the fountain of youth. It's eternal happiness, it's overflowing abundance, it's beyond the 10 of, I almost said pentacles, but the 10 of cups, just like magnificent, overflowing, vital life force flowing through you. It's like the sun and the star together. The sun, in the sense, it's like positive, vital, vitality, um, all of the things about the sun that we love. It gives life, whatever, all of these things. And then the star, in the sense that it's healing and it's profound and it's deep and it's moving, and it, these two things together create this fountain of positivity. So whatever it is that you're starting over in, I just saw the Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. It could be a work situation. Maybe you're starting an apprenticeship, so you really are a novice, but you're starting something new that's going to be really solid, and it's going to be really fulfilling, and it's going to be a source of power and energy for you. The Devil, Capricorn energy, the King of Pentacles, which is also Capricorn energy to me, masculine, earth. Okay, King of Pentacles, the Devil, the Knight of Coins. I'm actually going to switch these. Okay, this again is just speaking of feeling behind, or like you're not moving fast enough, things aren't coming in fast enough. Excuse me. You could be trying to do something again. It really feels like starting a new career, starting something surrounding money. And now we have a lot of coins here to back that up. But it feels like um, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself because you feel behind in something. You feel like you should be further along. You feel like you should not be a knight. You should be a king. You should have the businesses, the homes, the assets, the stability, the savings, the investments, all of that stuff. But maybe you don't. Maybe you have a little bit in savings, but it's not like a huge nest egg. You might have your first property or your first two, but it's not like a full portfolio. You might have a brand new business that you're starting, that you're putting life into, but it's not a thriving, stable business like this King of Coins here. And that's okay. Please don't succumb to the societal like pressure and, oh, I should be doing this and I could be doing this and this, that, and the third. Let yourself unfold, let yourself be, let yourself breathe. There's a lot of protection. There's a lot of potential to be tapped in here with the fountain. This is an infinite well that you can tap into. It's essentially access to source. So don't let thoughts, habits, this is, the habits that hold you back, the habits that keep you in cycles, the habits that keep you in darkness, that keep you bound, that keep you in toxic situations, places, any and all of those things. This speaks to addiction, gambling problems, deception, deceit, addictions to other things, like other people specifically. This could also speak to you could have a Capricorn boss with the King of the King of Pentacles and the Devil showing up. This is heavy, heavy Capricorn energy. This is someone who likes control. This is someone in a boss with the Devil showing up. Is someone who is very stubborn. They like control. They like things their way. They are very much, if it's not their idea, it's not a good idea. That's not to say they aren't good business people. That's not to say they aren't good people in general. They're just, the Devil energy is really hard to work with. If this is a boss, it's really hard to navigate that energy. It's hard to, this could be someone who has a volatile temper, someone who is unpredictable. You don't know how they're going to act from one minute to the next. Snake with Gentleman. This is strongly, strongly masculine energy. There could be a man in your life, partner, I almost said spouse, but same thing, right? Business partner, again, boss, father figure, father specifically, who is very deceptive, deceitful, snaky. They could have a lot of addictions, a lot of bad habits, a lot of secrets, a lot of darkness that maybe they've been masking. I feel like you know this, you're aware of it, and you move accordingly, but that could also be why you feel like you're so behind. If you have someone in your life that carries this energy, you're not going to find yourself moving forward. You're not going to find yourself progressing past these phases. The Four of Wands is great, but a foundation is nothing if you don't do the next step, which is building the house, building the whatever on top of the foundation, right? You can't live in a foundation. You can't operate a business off of just a slab of concrete. You have to build upon that foundation, but you can't if this is the type of energy that you're around. This is the version of the Gentleman that's like very blue collar. It does still say gentleman though, so this to me tells me that like outwardly facing, they could be very presentable. Again, they're the king of coins. They're very put together. They're very stoic, I'm getting as well. This is the blue collar version, though. What I was saying, this is the blue collar version of the gentleman versus the one that's like royalty. It looks like a prince or something. So this person is very hardworking. This could be you that has all of these traits. Maybe you're the one um, that has some bad habits, some addictions, some snaky behaviors, even. I don't think so, though. It really honestly feels like you're trying your hardest to build a really solid foundation despite this energy being around you. It feels like this person wants to keep you in a state where you don't have much, where you don't have whatever stability it is you're seeking, whether you're trying to buy a home in your own name, you're trying to start a business, whatever it is. It feels like they're trying to talk you out of it, tell you that you're never going to be able to. How are you going to afford that? Why would you do that? That's the dumbest, that's whatever. Don't let other people talk you out of anything. First of all, don't listen to their opinions. I wouldn't even share what you're trying to do with them. They don't deserve to know, honestly. So if you are making moves towards a more solid foundation, but you're still in this environment, it's still kind of lingering, it hasn't been closed out for whatever reason, now might be the time to like, do I have some people around me in close proximity to me that I have to deal with on a regular basis? They don't have to be your best friend. They don't have to be someone that you look up to or respect. It's probably quite the opposite. But they are there and they do have an impact on your life. So it feels like to me, until you rid yourself of this energy, you're going to have a hard time tapping into this fountain, this source energy to build upon this foundation that you're seeking, that you're building. All right, let's. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, butterfly. A change for the better. Very nice. Ooh, in November. Something could be coming to a head in November. You could be acknowledging this, realizing this, making a move towards something in November. Barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And then career. So this is very much talking about a career situation, business, income, boss. You definitely feel like there's more. There has to be more. This isn't your final evolution, your final form. Thank you. You have the butterfly here. You're changing, you're evolving. Getting together with close friends is here. I'm not going to take the whole pile though. That was on top. So I'm going to do a few more of these. Thank you. Lily. Oh, spiritual love. That's really sweet. I love seeing that. And we have dragon on the bottom of the deck. Beware of self-delusion. Okay, goodness. It's very Five of Swords energy, that self-deprecating, self-sabotaging energy. I'm not going to take those. Just be aware of it. If that is a pattern of yours, work on breaking yourself out of it, figuring out what it is that keeps you in that cycle, in that pattern, and working through it. Whatever that takes, therapy, whatever it takes, honestly. There are many, many different forms of healing. You just got to make the choice to heal them. What else is here for Virgo? What else is here? Oh, okay. The Pathless. The Merchant. Self-worth. Trade. Very justice energy, Libra energy. They're coming up next. We're in Virgo season now. We're moving into Libra season. Something could be balancing out. Some scales could be, coming into balance and restoring balance. Thank you. That's what this. making sure that your self-worth is where it needs to be so you can get the things that you want and that you need. This spiritual love, this career path, you're clearly working towards things. You have goals. You have this pathless card coming out. Difficult decisions, lack of direction. So it feels like to me, if it would be a difficult decision to say, move out of state, leave an abusive situation, leave someone who has an addiction, whatever the case may be. It could be a very hard decision for you. But if you don't make it, it feels like you will be this directionless, pathless. You'll kind of lose hope. You'll lose your sense of purpose and direction if you stay under someone's thumb for too long. If you stay, I don't want to say oppressed, but that's what it's getting. That's what it's giving to me. It's like oppressed under someone's thumb, and that's where they want to keep you. That's where they like to have people. Because again, it's about control. It's about control. But you don't do well with control. You don't do well with being told what to do. Someone feeling like they have control over your life. That's not something that's going to put you in a space where you can thrive, where you can be creative, where you can like exercise your mind and work towards your own stability. Like you can't do any of that if you're choosing to stay in this nasty, low vibrational, toxic situation, relationship, partnership, whatever it is. It could even be, like I said, moving out of a town. Like maybe you live in a town that's just does not suit you very well. There's one that's better by water in the mountains, whatever it is. That's just better suited for you. So you're trying to remove yourself from a toxic environment. Maple tree, card number 24. We're going to read about this in just a sec. We'll also read about our Citadel card, which is this one, the Pathless. I swear to God. There are so many flies in here, and I have no idea where they're coming from. Because you would think I just have the doors wide open all day, and I don't. I come in and out a normal amount of times. But I don't hold it open. It just feels like they're multiplying. I'm so ready for it to get cold enough that they just hibernate or whatever, die for the season. I don't feel like it's dying. They just temporarily freeze, and then when it warms up, they kind of like unthaw and do their thing, but gross. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Whatever your wildest dreams are, whatever version of yourself you want to be, please just hold that vision. Make all of your decisions based on that vision, and it'll be so much easier. Life will be so much easier because it's hard to make a decision about which direction to go, which job to take, which house to live in, which city to live in, whatever the case may be. It's hard to make those decisions when you don't know your end goal, when you don't know the vision. If your vision is very clear, I want to open a bakery in a coastal town that's only open on the weekends, and the rest of the time I just want to surf. When the option to move to the mountains or the beach arises, you're going to know which direction to go, which path to take, which lane to pursue, right? If you don't have a vision, if you don't know where you're going, it's really hard to get there, is all I'm saying. So maybe take some time to tune out everything else, really sit with yourself and figure out what you want, what makes you happy. Not anybody else. Now's a good time to do that too, because if you just had a birthday, it's a new lunar cycle, it's a new sun cycle for you. So you have this kind of fresh start, a chance to really embrace this impactful change. Kind of a pathway that's opening for you. If you want it, if you want to go through, if you want to stay where you're at, that's fine too. You can do that. There's nothing wrong. You're not going to fail. No matter what path you take, you're not going to fail. That's the positive news, right? But there is a path that is very clearly yours, and one that's full of love and stability and reciprocity and vitality, and one that's full of toxicity and darkness and a lot of depression. It's, yeah. Let's read about the pathless and see if there's a little negative hope in there or something. I don't know. I gotta find it though, because he's, oh my God, where'd that come from? Good gracious, the pathless. Here we go. 102. The street is busy, alive with the shouting voices and the sound of boots on cobbles, but one pair of feet seems to have no destination, walking in circles, meandering and lost. This poor soul is the pathless, who hesitated on many decisions and rushed into too many others. Damn, that's what that balance was then. You need to find balance in your like impulsions. Let's keep reading. They are the product of indecision and misdirection, lacking confidence in themselves and trusting too much in people who would misguide them. This snake energy, this devil energy, this boss king, whoever that is, just talking about that, trying to keep you under their thumb. Others might give you unsolicited advice, but you know yourself better than anyone else. Take a step back and consider a new direction, but don't keep stubbornly moving forward if it's not getting you anywhere. That's exactly what I was talking about, though. I'm glad this card came out, because that's exactly what this energy is. If you want to achieve any sort of stability, any sort of building upon this good foundation that you've already built or you're in the process of building, you can't do that in this energy. You can't do that here. And you can't do that without a vision. Let's read about Maple Tree real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So you guys can get to envisioning the life that you want and making decisions accordingly, okay? That's all it is. That's all it's going to take. Maple Tree. Good fortune. Yes. Signs of welcome change. We also got change for the better. I might cry. I'm so happy for you guys. Dramatic changes, similar to the Wheel of Fortune and Tarot. Oh, I'm so excited to see that. Your higher self chose this card because it is glorious. It is a gloriously happy one that brings with it much improved circumstances and bliss. When you receive Maple Tree, you can expect, okay, that is what we got. Sorry. You can expect dramatic change, good fortune, and a positive resolution to your situation. It may feel like the universe is shining down on you and offering an unusual amount of good luck and well wishes. Take advantage of this happy energy while you can. Now is a good time to focus on taking action and manifesting dreams. If you have felt stagnant, receiving this card is your sign that your situation will begin to move forward and resolve in your favor. Be on the lookout for different or increased opportunities and a financial windfall. Meeting someone new who has great potential to be more. Meeting someone new who has great potential to be more, a sudden revival of a relationship or career, or a greater sense of confidence, strength, and creative expression. This card serves as a yes and is your confirmation that the path you have inquired about is the right one to take. Be sure to be generous with what you have. There's no need to give away your life savings or renounce material possessions in pursuit of charity unless that is what you feel called to do. But sharing your good favor helps to extend the happy period. The more light you send into the world, the more you can expect in return. There's this adorable little crow. Crows are the reoccurring theme in this specific deck. It's the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. So beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I feel like that was really straight to the point and covered a lot. I love you guys so very, very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.